Okay, it's January 9th, 2016. This is the ninth day of my 10-day juice fast, and I'm actually going to stop the fast today. I have been feeling a little bit dizzy today, mixed with a headache, and I feel as if I've gotten what I needed to get out of it. My main purpose was to slim down a little and clear some toxins out of my body, and I feel like I've done those things. I really miss running and working out a little bit harder than I've been able to do on the fast, because I wanted to conserve my energy. So I think right now it's more important to me that I be able to go for a run later today and just do some more cardio than I've felt like doing in the last 9 days. So I will probably break the fast with some vegetables, maybe make a soup. I might make a sweet potato, something like that. So it's definitely taken away most of my cravings for junk food or sugar. I haven't had any alcohol during the whole time, and I really, it's weird because I wanted wine the other night, and then I thought, maybe I'll just break it and go have a glass of wine. But when I really thought about it, I thought, I don't really want it. It's a mental thing. So I overcame a lot of those thoughts during this fast, so I'm really proud of myself for that. And yeah, I feel like I got out of it what I wanted to get out of it, and that's really important when you decide to do a cleanse or a fast. It's your journey, it's your process. So if you feel like you have accomplished what you set out to accomplish, then there's no shame in stopping. And also, a couple times during the fast, I did actually eat fruit instead of juice it. Like, I had a few oranges and a few apples. So that's another thing too, is like in the past, if I would have done something like this, if I would have had a piece of fruit instead of juicing it, I would have started beating myself up because I'm a perfectionist, and I would have just stopped the whole thing. But this time I feel like I've grown because I saw it as I made a healthy choice. I didn't just give in and say, oh, well, because I ate this apple, I'm gonna go eat a whole bag of potato chips. I just ate the apple and enjoyed it and savored it, and then just stayed on my cleanse. So that was uniquely different from times I've tried this in the past. There were lots of things that I turned down during it. So all in all, I just feel like I've really become stronger, and a lot of that is probably due to the fact that I've been vegan for 6.5 months, because I've already learned to discipline myself and to cut out dairy and meat and cheese and eggs. So after you've already been excluding quite a few things from your diet, it almost gets easier to just go to a new level. So I definitely feel, I feel different. I feel like my thoughts are clearer. In a way, it's kind of been a lonely process because, it's something that you have to sort of do by yourself. You can't really be very social while you're doing this. And it's definitely, I feel like it's sort of removed me even further from society, because it's like you go to a store and there's not very many things in it that you can have, and it just all looks like, what is all this stuff, like it's just, we're consumed by food almost. It's everywhere, and it just becomes really even more so apparent when you're abstaining from it. So that was, I mean, I already knew that. I've known that for years, but just, it was like a reminder to me this time. And the other thing I was going to say is I'm already sort of like, I don't know how to explain it. It has made me almost more detached from what's going on around me, and in a way that's good, but in another way I kind of need to come back now. Does that make sense? Because, you know, I've sort of been floating, and it can be euphoric almost to just be living on juice or even be fasting completely, because you feel a sense of that you don't need anything, that you're not reliant upon food. You know, you're not reliant upon a grocery store or a restaurant or cooking or doing dishes or anything. You kind of just feel above all of that. But in a way, it's also hard it's hard for me to function sometimes, because my head feels like I'm up in the clouds, and, you know, even more so than usual. So I need to sort of just come back to earth right now, so to speak, and get a little bit of food in me. But I have enjoyed this process, and I would just encourage anyone to definitely get involved in fasting of some sort, because it is so good for your body. It is so good for your spirit. Another thing that happened to me during it was I processed even more emotions that were coming up for me, instead of, you know, distracting myself with food. I noticed even more stuff that's going on in my background that I needed to process and sit with, so I feel emotionally stronger. For sure, I just feel more integrated with my body and my spirit, and so I definitely think it's an important practice to cultivate in everybody's life. So with that, I will show you my current progress. This is my front, and I know it's not really accurate with me holding the phone, because it's very, very hard to get a correct distance or an angle or whatever, but yeah, I definitely noticed improvements. I mean, I guess you'd have to go back and look at my first video, and I will too. I'm gonna have to do some side-by-side ones. I'm still feeling a little bloated here, but that's for other personal reasons right now too. And it's something that, you know, exercise is gonna have to help me progress with. I'm not willing to continue just fasting all my fat away right now. So thank you for watching, and good luck with all your goals that you set for yourself in this year. It's going to be an amazing year. I can already feel it. So set some really big goals for yourself. You know, nothing is too out there. Nothing is impossible for you to accomplish. It's fun too to challenge yourself, to find little challenges that you can create for yourself. If you are going to do a juice fast, if you can afford it, I would really recommend getting a good juicer. I used to use the Jack LaLanne one a few years ago, but that is nothing compared to the one that I have now. I have the Breville, I think it is, the fountain juice crush, I think is what it's called. Don't quote me on that, but it's a few $100s. It's like $300. Mine was a gift, but if you have a roommate maybe that's interested, you could go like half, you know, in on it, or if your parents want to get you a gift or whatever. But it's definitely worth it to invest in a good juicer, because this one does cold pressing, so it's like restaurant grade. Like, I could bottle this stuff and sell it. just the process that it extracts the juice from the fruits and vegetables, it leaves more of the nutrients intact. And whereas most juicers, you're supposed to juice the juice, or you're supposed to drink the juice within 15 minutes of juicing because it starts to, I guess, oxidize and lose its nutrients. But with this one, you can actually leave the juice in your refrigerator for like 24 to 48 hours or something like that because again, it was cold pressed, so it just has to do with how, like on a molecular level, how the juice was extracted and that it kept the nutrients more intact. So it's also a lot easier to clean. I love it. I feel like it's way more powerful than the Jack LaLanne one. So, but if that's all you have, if all you have is a Jack LaLanne or whatever you can find at Walmart or Costco, don't let that stop you because we've all been there. You just work with what you have at the time. That's how life is. And then, you know, when you can improve something or get something a little better, more efficient, then you do that. So thanks for watching and have an awesome weekend. Bye.